Hey guys, how's it going? This is take number 3. Like I said, there's so many people in this house now, it's hard to find a spot to do this. But hopefully it'll go well this time. I was just saying I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I was saying how mine was kind of rough because I was getting very short-sighted and getting annoyed at every little thing that happens and feeling like things were happening to me, rather than just taking them as, life happening and figuring out the best plan. I took it as a personal attack, and part of that, it's rather appropriate for the entry for today, which is called A Home in Heaven, which has to do with us realizing that our true home is in heaven, and this is temporary. And hey, Damien. And this is a temporary home for us, and to realize that God has everything planned out. We don't have to worry about planning things because He's already planned them for us. It takes a lot of the anxiety out of life. And like I said, the entry for today is called A Home in Heaven. It says, "You yourselves had in heaven a better and lasting possession." Hebrews 10:34. And the entry says, Paul once wrote, "If only for this life we have hope in Christ, we are to be pitied more than all men." 1 Corinthians 15:19. If there is no life after death, no heaven, no promise of a better world, then life is empty, hopeless, without meaning or purpose. But this life is not all. Ahead is heaven, and someday we shall always be with the Lord. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. Someday we will go to a home where all is happiness, joy, and peace. How barren our lives would be if we didn't have this hope. Knowing heaven is real will make a difference in the way we live. For one thing, we won't become attached to the things of this world. We will say with Paul, "I have learned in whatever state I am to be content." Philippians 4:11. But heaven should also give us a burden for those who do not have this hope. Every day you meet people who do not know Christ. Will you tell them? And I also have a couple of Bible verses that go with that. First of all, Proverbs 19. This is number 21. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. And then also in Romans 8, number 28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Hey, Ryan. How's it going, Ryan? So I kind of lost focus of this weekend, lost focus of the big picture, and to realize that, you don't have to worry nearly as much as most of us do, because it is all planned out by God. God has a plan for us, and we just need to trust in that. I had an analogy the other day that I used where it's kind of like you're going for a hike or something like that, and there's a path that you're supposed to take, and if you follow that path, then things are relatively smooth. Sometimes there's a hill, sometimes it's more you have more trouble, sometimes it's uphill, sometimes it's downhill, but as long as you stay on the path, things go pretty smoothly. When you start trying to take shortcuts and you start trying to go around the hills and things like that, that's where you tend to get lost. And that's the way I look at it with God. He has a plan for us, and when we try to execute our own free will and try to go against that, that's where we get lost. That's where we start going off on a tangent, and sometimes it takes a while for us to find our way back to that path again. And that's kind of what happened to me this weekend. I got very short-sighted, and things were just, bothering me, and I lost sight that, God already has it figured out. I don't need to sit here and worry. My only thing that I have to do is to do the next right thing and to do the best that I can, and the rest God will figure out. So hopefully that helps someone today. I will be back tomorrow for another devotional, and thank you all who tuned in and who might see this later. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.